A new match, a new set of teams, a new BIS. That's the map. Welcome back to the stream. We got a hot one for you right now. If we're talking about the Pool B side, we're dealing with both undefeated teams right now. We got the returning to the stream, Silly Monsters, who, you know, looked pretty solid over MSP Go, and being led by the great team captain Chronoli, going up against Sedated, who I haven't seen on stream and I don't know much about. Chat saying that Sedated's got a little bit of a secret weapon, somebody who's gone a little further than this level of Counter-Strike previously. So we'll see how that looks. We'll see how it looks on stream. Right now, we're waiting for somebody to finish a little pee break so we can get in a knife round. But hey, you know, we're not going to put the camera on them right now. They're shy. They can't do it when somebody's looking. And if it's a whole stream looking, that's a whole nother scenario. I'm excited for this one because it looks like it's two Titans. I was talking to Xeon earlier, you know, always talking to Xeon because Xeon likes to talk. And Xeon was telling me that Pool B really looks like the pool of killers. The real one you got to watch out for. He's like, oh, us on Thinkers, we got lucky being in Pool A. But Pool B, yikes. So, you know, if Sedated and Silly Monsters are the ones who are currently sitting undefeated, that means that this is probably going to be a bloodbath. Or it could be something less like that, but more like methodical and like super technically well played. Either way, I think it's going to be a great match, and I think that it's going to be extremely entertaining. As said before, we're on Anubis this time. You know, be straight up with you guys. Anubis is my least familiar map, so you're getting the worst commentary of all time. But I am still, you know, familiar with it. It's just the one that I've played the least. The other 6 listed on the bans is stuff that I could pull out of my ass any day of the week. This is the one where I'm like, I just really need to delve into it. I keep not putting it in my map pool, and this is what happens. I regret it. But hey, it is what it is. And then, yeah, second to last stream match of the day. And then tomorrow, you know, we get the actual bracket going on. And this is kind of going to determine early on who should be the de facto top seed for the B pool. And, you know, these teams literally are tied right now. They're 2-0. And not only are they 2-0, they're 26-15 in each of them. They both took the exact same amount of losses in their wins. So, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, that's what's, you know, Present saying again, thoughts on an FPL winner and ESL qualifier on Sedated. I've seen that message a couple of times from you earlier, and you know, I was looking up team details because what we have the teams listed through is Start GG. I was looking up like HLTV and I think Faceit team comps for both of these, and maybe my Google foo isn't what it used to be, but I just wasn't able to find too much details. So, you know, tell me who I got to start, you know, propping up, and then if they start playing super well, I can be like, well, there you have it. And then if they start playing super bad, I can be like, what's going on? So my thoughts are, it's cool that we're getting that kind of level of player here. But, you know, this is a team game. We can see somebody go top frag like crazy, like Steve Op, and still lose. But yeah, nevertheless, this should be another good one. This might be the best one. I don't know. That Thinkers Ohio Meat Wagon one was still pretty damn good. I had a lot of fun watching that. Xeon telling me about that match afterwards was like, dead. Ooh. We are introducing an element of difficulty for the commentator. You may notice that there is no mini-map this time around. I don't know if they want me to verbally address that, but I'm going to because it is obvious. And I'm going to have to live with that. So, yeah. I think we're out of the pistol round, and now we are just in there officially playing. Willie is posted up on the block. The Silly Monsters are waiting. They're anticipating this Sedated assault. We got the shift walking coming into the site. And the bullets start flying. First shot's going to Blaine. And Blaine's going to have to hold him back. Not connecting. Blaine's still getting torn up a little bit. And now, you know, we're getting trades in. 2 for 2. We're securing site. A site getting swarmed by the T's. And now the CTs are coming back in, doing a solid job of retaking so far. Wet Willie takes out Diabetic. Right now, it's just Psycho NT. I'll just call him Psycho. Is it Psycho? Okay, I'm assuming it's Kojimo that is the Sedated, because that's the one who's getting all these emotes. Yeah. I'm just going to write legit next to his name. But Silly Monsters, you know, locks it down on that first round. Pretty solid stuff. Really good retake, especially. That first frag that came in from, I think, Wet Willie on top of A site definitely was the thing to stir the momentum in the opposite direction. Some frag damage going into Silly Monsters' health bars. They're anticipating the push. Looks like we're playing A again. Quiet as a church mouse. Psycho. Trying to play something. I think he got visual. Wet Willie looking for the peaks. Gonna find something. 2 whole players. Maybe a little more than he was anticipating. The self-flash and the flash kind of disorienting them. Ooh, Anti-Super Soldier getting taken down from on top of River. Kojimo not able to get the kill. Able to finish off what Diabetic did, but Crenoli's able to get him back. Colsey takes out Crenoli. Colsey's looking to take out more CTs, but looks like he might be getting the bomb down soon. Wet Willie might be able to close this out. Jester coming in from behind. And right now we got Mike, the only one remaining to try and bring this back. Solid headshot damage, but it's not enough. SMGs are too weak. And now sitting on 1-1. Got that camera view. We got that incredible shirt. I couldn't tell you guys the best micro. This ain't that type of game. A little bit of a split from the CT side, trying to account for everything. And we're going to get some River action. Blaine's able to close it down. Diabetic, a little bit of revenge. And, you know, this lowly armored CT side with the eco buy kind of getting trumped by the T side, who has fully bought. Could you believe it? I couldn't. Although Anti-Super Soldier is able to get something laid down. Now Mike has to walk all the way across the map and try and get 3 kills with a deagle. You don't save here, do you? There's no way. I guess you got armor. I guess you got utility. Play for picks isn't the... Yeah, we're saving. This is the alternative we have to EDM and DNB. Is that spawn music? Yeah, looks like Sedated's got this one. I don't even think any of them are going to be walking his direction for the exit frag, so... spoke too soon. This could be something, but I do think they're checking their corners pretty well, so... Yeah. 6 HP. Could have been cool. Could have been cute. But maybe it just would have been too cute. All right, Sedated, you know, getting on top. Situation is under control. And they're looking hot. Especially with the weapon buys that they've got. And Silly Monsters are just kind of laying down this round. USP's only sticking together as a group, trying to play the role of overwhelming force in numbers. I think Sedated's probably going to run away with this one. Yeah, especially when... Wow. Colsey upsetting Jester just a little bit for the ace, but it was basically a Colsey. It was basically a Jester ace. Again, this venue, there's a lot of matches going on that are not on stream right now, and they're going crazy. It's a very loud, exciting place to be. If you're in the Columbus area and you got free time tomorrow, you gotta watch that top 8 or top 8. You gotta watch that finals bracket. Top 8. Cronoli looking for this edge of the smoke peak. Very well could capitalize on an unaware Sedated player. Anti-soldier, super soldier taken down from the other side of the river. Jester with another frag to his name. And Jester with 9 frags to his name, looking like the de facto top fragger right now. Cronoli, you know, kind of settling the score. Bring this back down. Blaine's taking damage from Psycho. Blaine's getting flashed. Nobody is nice to Blaine. Cronoli's taken out. Mike could do something. Has full HP. I think turns away at a really bad spot and is also taken down by the person who's looking directly at anyway. Now it's up to Blaine, who had 10 HP, and, you know, gets airstriked mid-jump. Sedated's looking pretty solid. They, you know, they have some pretty good players on their team off of the status that chat is convincing me with. And then, you know, just obviously the stat line of Jester is kind of insane for being 5 rounds in. Diabetic from the bottom of the river, taking out 3 players and only down to 44 HP. Probably feeling pretty good about that. And another one en route to the ace. Diabetic sees Jester's 9 kills. A little jealous of that. Hungry to be met with the same fate. But Jester stops the ace. So prideful. Those are my kills. I'm getting to double digits first. Come on. I feel like the score line right now is kind of matching the intimidation level of the names of the teams. Like Silly Monsters, it's like, come on. What am I, just fighting a bunch of freaking silly monsters over here? Meanwhile, Sedated, it's like, oh shoot. That sounds like a Modern Warfare clan name. Oh my god, Psycho just letting that happen? Unaware of the bullet trajectory. Cronoli getting an easy kill on Jester. Kojimo settling the score. 3-3 in the player count. Did Kojimo like that, Molly? I think he was expecting it to go past the doorway, not directly into it. Diabetic's looking for action on A site. Wet Willie making it a nice even 3-2 lead. Kojimo's gone up. Diabetic's got an AK. The A plant is going to happen. But, oh, Diabetic's able to take down Mike. 2-2. And we're in a retake scenario. But Diabetic's trying to find... No, he's in the position that he wants to be in. Doesn't really want to push forward. Blaine almost gets it. Not really. Willie's got an op and a dream. And probably going to be looking in the wrong spots. Because, you know, 2 players, how do you even account for it? Good stuff from Sedated. It almost looked like they were on the back foot there. But not really. Pretty solid look from this team. This team that is fresh, I mean, to the stream, to Game Arena in general. Silly Monsters we already had earlier this stream, but yeah, Sedated's just playing pretty good. Utility's coming in. Wet Willie takes a huge frag. No armor. That's going to hurt. Cronoli through river trying to back away, but gets caught by Colsey. Looks like the CTs now are trying to reposition, trying to get somewhere safer that you don't have to worry about getting hit up on the site they're trying to protect. Blaine could be onto something here. If he waits for that smoke to clear, there's a good chance that the T is not entirely prepared for it. Oh, wow. That became something else. A little sloppy regarding that deagle usage, unfortunately. Thank you, present, for information. Oh, yeah. Oh, Fragadelphia. I'll report on that later. Sedated's looking really solid on this T side. As stated before, my familiarity with the noob is not to commentary standard, so I couldn't tell you if this is CT or T-sided. But right now it's looking pretty T-sided. If you're Silly Monsters, you're really hoping it's T-sided. A lot of utility coming in. I think every grenade in the world has been thrown. And the T's got a little bit of an uphill battle. And Wet Willie coming back in with the op, looking pretty hot. This could be the first Silly Monsters win we've seen in a little bit. But Colsey is no slouch. Sitting on 6 and 3 KD. Could win this. The pre-fire's looking super professional. Trying to anticipate. Not really putting himself in a dangerous position. And that swing was good. That swing was solid. But it wasn't a winning swing. I think it could have been. It just wasn't. So yeah, rolling in with a little bit of momentum. Not like it's going to stop Sedated from buying. They've kind of been winning out for quite a while now. They're full bought, not really missing any utility that they at least didn't want to get. Ooh, Antifa Super Soldier's probably going to get a nice, easy frag here. Interesting they didn't check that direction, but Kojimo's able to revenge it. And Wet Willie, you know, proves I can play with the op too. Ooh. Kojimo taking the bomb. Might be going back to A. Psycho and Diabetic look like they're mounting the assault. Diabetic playing recon and trying to get in there a little bit. Doesn't take too much damage, but it is enough to put him on notice. Gonna be walking on eggshells from here for the rest of the round. Kojimo's hunting. He's got the bomb. Has he faked an A play good enough that they can go to B without much contesting? Psycho with the molly into the site, and 2 kills immediately, causing the momentum to shift entirely in Sedated's favor. Mike and Blaine still have a lot of HP to their name. They're using M4s. Spray downs could be the medicine they need to eliminate the viruses that are Psycho and Diabetic. I guess it works well for Diabetic. Diabetes is a condition you don't want. Sometimes you get on a really bad anecdote and you're just like, I gotta finish this. Ooh, Blaine gets taken out. And Mike gets taken out. Diabetic ready with the up. Diabetic's really putting the die in Diabetic. And yeah, we're back on somewhat of an eco buy for Silly Monsters. It's the second to last round of the half. Obviously, they're going to play a little more aggressively with the purchasing. Because definitely be nice to have those 4 rounds instead of the 2. Just need some more solid defense from Silly Monsters. And Super Soldier, knocking one down already. Colsey has left the match. Or has left reality. Ooh, looked away, but honestly, might be for the best to just completely disregard that. Yeah, you're peeking back. I think you should have focused in the other way. I can see the players through the walls. You can't. It's not fair. Players are coming out through the mid connector. Wet Willie's trying to get something. Only taps Diabetic for 24. Mike and Blaine, what do you have for us? It looks like you got a save round for us. And that's unfortunate to be doing in the penultimate round of the first half. But maybe Sedated, you know, once they get on CT side, they got to deal with Silly Monsters' complete glow up when it comes to AKs. But at the same time, what if they never get to AKs? Even if they're winning. Just playing for exit frags, but man, I don't even think you're going to get them. I don't even think you need to walk that far to survive the bomb.
Terrorists win.
Pretty chill ending to that round. I was hoping for more bloodshed, but it is what it is. Sedated just looking super solid here. Use are coming out, a lot of preventative measures being taken to try and stop the push. But I don't really think that Sedated's really pushing that much anyway. Cronoli taken out by Diabetic. Early kill, I think, on A side. Wet Willie could have an easy lineup for some kills. Doesn't look like they're checking this corner. Looks like they're throwing in. Oh, trigger discipline. There's not a second guy. Oh my god! Oh my god, Wet Willie! Wet Willie gonna earn his namesake by going through the river. Ooh, not fast enough to get to Kojimo, but pretty solid kills from him. Ooh, another one. Wet Willie's en route to an ace, and, you know, Blaine has to ruin it. But Blaine gets punished. It's cool. Now Colsey is a one-man army who fires off a really... Oh! Okay, maybe that could have been timed better. Or maybe, you know, it caused more immediacy and Mike to get on the site, which caused him to be less prepared. Who knows? I don't. I'm just inventing a story either way. I mean, Colsey did get the bomb down. And turn this into a retake scenario. Ooh, but has been spotted. Unspotted. Can't see me through the smoke. It's not like there's a guy right here. And Super Soldier taking us into the second half with a win for Silly Monsters. Looking a little more pleased with their performance right now. It's hard to get these guys to smile, man. Except for the second player in the Silly Monsters booth. He's always smiling. But yeah, you look at Sedated and, you know, they look like they've been losing all day. Pistol rounds getting started. Sedated. They're going to have to introduce Silly Monsters into the world of Sedated CT side. They got a little bit of a split going on. Looks like they're more anticipating the A push. And it looks like Silly Monsters trying to capitalize on the commotion that's been stirred. There's confusion going on. And trades are happening, but Silly Monsters looks like they're a little more in control. Oh, it's 2-2 now. Some deal of a life lead. Psycho is now going to have to put it on himself, and this is such an awkward angle. Ew, ew. A 2v1, and you got to focus on the guy down there? Ugh. That's tough. Silly Monsters starting off the half pretty nicely. We've seen a 8-4 comeback, but we haven't seen a 9-3 comeback on stream today. To be fair, there have only been 3 matches on stream, so not a huge sample size, but all I'm saying is that it's possible. Don't count them out. Some aggression and Sedated's purchasing. Some MP9s coming out strong. Deagle's 5.7s where they can't get MP9s. Jester is just trying to play cowboy, lay down the law. What's the call? What's the play? First kill by Jester with the Deagle. He's such a fragger. It's insane. Kojima picking him up with the 5.7. Psycho's taken out. Another one. This one is swinging in an unexpected direction. Mike's headed down to River. You can see him eyeing the A site sign like, oh, do I go there? Some slow play from the T side. Any amount of, you know, removal of positional knowledge they can have is what they're looking for. And right now, I think that Sedated is still confused as to where they could be. They seem entirely prepared for an A push. And Silly Monsters have called it pretty nicely here. Wow! The MAC-10 with a headshot. Little one-handed AK. Super Soldier's going to have to lay it down right now. A full spray down could be just what we need. Diabetic doesn't have that much HP. A headshot's good enough, too. There's confidence in that room right now. First 2 rounds taken. That's a strong stance to make. Nade's coming into A site. All right, yeah. And Psycho gets taken out. Wet Willy. Gonna try and find a way to push in. Goes around the wall. Takes out Diabetic. And now Jester gets the Deagle through doors. Pretty solid headshot action. And Kojima's taken out. Now it's just Jester. Juster. He's looking for the enemy. They could be anywhere. They could be planting anywhere. He might get the wrong plant location. But yeah, Silly Monsters. Looks like they're on the doorstep of their 3rd round win. Bringing the lead down to 9-6. That's a little more convincing than what we previously saw. Yeah, looks like Jester's happy to walk away with the Galil. So another round in the books for Silly Monsters, who have been piecing it together little by little. Doesn't hurt that we've had some pretty solid performances by Antifa Super Soldier and Wet Willy. especially in that previous round, Super Soldier kind of laid it down with the Galil. It was nice. Now Jester's just looking to see if he can get a cheeky exit frag. And wouldn't you know it? Oh! Oy! Wanted something a little too much. Now they don't even got to worry about the bomb. They're just paid up. This is a comeback. I mean, if trends continue where they have not lost a single round, small sample size, 3 rounds, they would win. They would get 13 wins before Sedated because they would not lose. That's how it tends to work. And if Super Soldier is going to try and peek at a site and gets a little stumped by the totem. And now we got this T who gets eaten alive in the smoke in connector. Jester's now looking for something outside of the other side of the smoke. Willie's mollying in and maybe going to try and keep the aggression up. They seem to really be focused on wanting to play B site, but they've already lost 2 whole players. It almost seems like a folly. Or well, Willie can just be a really good player. Psycho's getting hit through the smoke. Running back, maybe somewhere safer. There's only 2 players left on the T side, and this could very well be Sedated's first round win of the half, which would be a nightmare for Silly Monsters. You can't let them get a foothold. They're only 4 matches away from victory, or 4 rounds away from victory. Mike, surprisingly ready for that. Diabetic definitely had the lineup more prepared, but Mike just got lucky. It's just Cannoli now. We had Kojimo take the last out with the op, and looks like Cannoli doesn't want to engage. 10 seconds left. I can't plant the bomb. I can't get 3 kills, but I can keep an AK.
Counter-terrorists win.
Sedated has figured something out. I think there was a little tinge of hubris going on there. Not to dwell on that too much, but that round could be pivotal. And most likely will be. If Silly Monsters can prevent the momentum right here, right now, then that was just a bad accident. Didn't mean to happen. And Blaine getting us started off right with an easy frag on Jester. A very important name to take out earlier rather than later. Tulsi getting double teamed, able to do so much damage to Super Soldier and Willie, but still gets taken out, and neither of them get taken out. Blaine now, through the smoke. Very lucky. And now it's just Kojimo. Kojimo, who is sick with the op, and has a couple of low damage friends on the T side. He could take out. Take him out on a nice date. A date with death. Okay. I'm probably going to die, and I don't want you guys getting the op. Do any of them have frags? No? Might actually be... Well, I mean, you can just shoot it down. But who would be looking up there? Kojima was playing cowboy with the Galil. Not overextending to grab the AK, which is safe. But probably could get it, if we're being honest. 3 players left. And Kojima gets taken out as well. So yeah, Silly Monsters playing a weaker round with the hand they were dealt, but making it work. You watch that first half and you're like, damn, Sedated is way better. And now you're watching the second half and you're like, damn, Silly Monsters are pretty much just as good. That's gaming. You need those great equalizers to, especially with a game as lopsided and balanced as this, just regarding, team balance. Oh, I just saw a really dumb chat message that's giving me an idea. Some trades going on in the middle of the map. Psycho's shooting at a whole lot of nothing. And Blaine's lighting up Jester. Again, you got to take Jester out. You got to take Diabetic out if you can. And if you're Sedated, you got to take Wet Willie out ASAP. He has been such an important name on Silly Monsters and their success in the second half. You can just tell he's playing with that sort of caffeinated hand. It's not stiff. It's loose. It's shaky. It's ready to fire. A lot of deliberation from both parts right now. Super slow play. Nobody's particularly committed to getting loud and dangerous. Diabetic might be able to see something through the doors. I think blocks off his vision just when... Okay, he didn't walk past either. Oh, this is... this is tense. We're getting the bomb down on A. So, Sedated's definitely going to have to wake up and head on over. But do they have enough time? This is pretty well guarded. Especially, only one piece of utility left, and it's a smoke. So, could be possible. Could be a hard retake. Looks like they're just saving. I like my 5-7, and I would never part with it, even if it meant winning the round. Yeah, again, as stated before, solid play from Silly Monsters in the second half. And, you know, there's that one fella in chat talking about just how T-side of this map is with the river. I feel like we haven't seen too much river play on this half, but definitely looks T-sided. That would be fun, playing in like a local tournament, but having gotten to a point of being good enough where you have Twitch emotes for yourself. All right, we're getting some decision making. Kind of want to play A. Kojimo opping through the smoke like it's nothing. Wet Willie takes out Psycho. And Wet Willie with these frags, he's something else. Even with the Glock, picks up the op. Oh, that would have been insane. Diabetic's able to cancel out his hopes and dreams of being such a multi-talented facet. Multifaceted talent? I'm sorry. Jester's climbing up. Doesn't know he's in for a world of hurt. Blaine didn't know either. Jester's just the one dealing it. Now we got visual confirmation of one of the CTs. Mike's going to have to fight. And gets taken out by Kojimo. We got another win from Sedated. That's 2 away from their desired result. The cash is not terrible for Silly Monsters. Could be way worse. And, you know, obviously the intent is to not lose. You don't want to lose, but you also really don't want Sedated to get to round 12. So they are buying. I do like this aggression personally. This is the type of thing that I would do, and if somebody told me I was doing the wrong thing, I would be like, you're probably right, but I just want to win, man. I just want to not lose. Like, not losing strategically is fine and getting more money later, but, you know, they were in a good eco for it. Kojimo trying to get the early frag, and the try turns into do. Takes out Wet Willie. That is muy importante. And now we're going to have to see if Silly Monsters can pick up the pieces. We got Cranoli. We got Super Soldier. We got Blaine. We got some solid players. We got a good frag to clear up the smoke, and Blaine's able to get a headshot on Colsey, taking him out. 4-4 right now. Diabetic in a little bit of a spat with who is Mike. That'd be Mike's name if it was a Jeopardy answer. Super Soldier does some pretty good work there. A little helped out by Diabetic in the crossfire, but now Mike really has to take it. Gonna have to clear every corner perfectly. Okay, that's a start. No bomb, though. And I don't even know where the bomb is. I couldn't know. So many angles being held well. This is going to be extremely hard. Diabetic's playing way more safe. Probably for the best, considering the amount of HP. That's bad. That's bad. Man. I really feel like Mike had something there. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Sedated on match point, who for that first half looked like the better team, and in these last couple of rounds looked like they remembered they were the better team. Yeah, 12-8, that's gonna be tough. Silly Monsters, what's the play? What's the call? Colsey's already getting a kill, P90, but Super Soldier lays it back down. Jester takes it back. We're at 3-3, even numbers. But is it even all throughout? Is the eco even? Is the skill even? These teams are worlds apart from each other on the map. Diabetic's looking for something. Jester's looking for something. I think they're calling the right site. No. Sorry, my bad. Jester's alone, and hopefully able to at least get one frag. That would be sure would be a nice present. Oh, but walking away from the site, it's gonna give him the plant, and it's gonna turn into a retake. Yeah, this one very well could be Silly Monsters. Ooh, that's an excellent smoke. Really good denial. Mid throw, not much there. Diabetic with the shift walk. Probably not going to anticipate this left corner. Damn. Positioning from Silly Monsters was so good. And they're staying in it. No. I don't want to pack up my bags. I want to stay. Looks like full pistols on the CT side. Sedated's rolling over for this one. Potentially. We could see the win. We could see a miracle. But with multiple M4s and AKs. Pretty good acquisition round last time from the boys in yellow. Mike! Wow! Able to survive that even while mid-flashed. Now it's just Colsey and Jester sitting on a P250 and a USPS. No utility, no armor, no helmet. It's pretty much a lost cause. I would say Silly Monsters got this one. And I will not regret saying that if it goes the other way. I'm standing on 2 toes. Or on 10 toes. Or on 2 feet. Legs? Colsey does get an entry frag. Pretty crazy. Guess what happens when you're moving kind of squirrely with it. But they get the bomb down. It would be an extremely hard defuse, all things considered. You got 4 people to get through, and you have to defuse without a kit. I just don't think it's happening. Jester's just looking for exit frags if possible, and, even if he found somebody, would he want to find him? Silly Monsters take the round. It's now 12-10, and I think that there is a fire in these monsters. I think Sedated's probably going to opt for a mid buy? Nah, they're going full. Never mind. Thinking maybe, 12 to 10. Maybe we play a little hard and see if they get the 11 or if we win. But then at least after that, we can full buy. But they can afford. They got M4s. They got ops. But it might make that next one a little tricky. They might. If they lose this one, I think it's going to overtime no matter what. So Sedated's got to win right now. Kojumo's taking big damage. Having to recede. Mike looking for the peak. Diabetic, kinda. Nope. Going back. Smoke's coming though. And that will add confusion. Sedated gets the first kill against Super Soldier, and Mike's pretty lit. A little less lit than Kojumo though. So we got that early frag, and that's so important. And with this much utility and this much armor, it is totally doable for Sedated to take this and win their third match of the day. That would all but guarantee them for tomorrow's bracket, top 8. I mean, only 2 teams are getting cut. It's not like the hardest thing to get in there. Some slow play going on a B site. Blaine with the headshot. Or not the headshot. And now it's a 4v4. And we're getting a lot of kills from Sedated. They only need one more, and that is the end of the match. That one went very quickly in that last firefight, but yeah, it was really slow played up until then. Yeah, both of these teams seem to have a good respect for the match timer. They didn't see a need to rush things. It was very calculated and tactical, strategic, and usually just wound up becoming more of a mess around like smaller scuffles in the middle of the map, and then obviously on the sites. Silly Monsters looked really good in that second half. They had me convinced they could have made it all the way back, but Sedated made the decision to, aggressively buy in that last round after losing the previous one, and that helped him out a lot. Sedated is your 3-0 team of B pool. I think we got a 3-0 team on A pool. I think that's Thinkers. But we got one match for you to stream today, and that means no more me. No more me. At least, there's no more stream. How could there be more me? So yeah, Tsunami Rising versus Team Silver Mid. Tsunami's got a lot of rising to do, and Team Silver Mid is going to have to prove they're not so mid. Something like that, sure. Thinkers did lose, and I think that was to Sleepless. So that's really interesting. Yeah. 2-1. Let me do that. Wait. Ohio Meat Wagon. It's 2-1. Okay, 40-20. Okay. It's at 27-20 a little bit ago. We're updating live on the feed. Yeah, and with Thinkers finished, I think that means that we might have a commentator in here shortly that isn't me. I'll still be in here, but he'll help out. Yeah, but Sedated, looking hot. Not too much to say. It was a pretty solid match, but honestly, from my perspective, the fact that the stream had the issue of not having the map did make it a little more difficult for me to commentate, because when I'm not seeing stuff occur on there, I can't really report on it. I just have to go on what I can see through the walls. So hopefully it's not an issue for the next one, or if it is an issue for the next one, hopefully it's a map I'm way more familiar with. I'm hoping for Nuke. We'll see. So yeah, again, this last one, Tsunami Rising and Team Silver Mid. Neither of these teams have played on stream today, and both of them are towards the lower end of the A pool. So hopefully we see some scrappiness. We might see some sloppiness. That's fine. I don't really mind that. I think that's good entertainment in some cases. But we'll start getting the server set up for that. Stay tuned, stick around, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's Game Arena. It's Operation Freedom. I love freedom. We'll be back.